Hi everybody, I'd like to welcome you back to the Surrender with Grace interview series. Today I'm very excited to share a special guest and this interview with the lovely Mahima, who is based in Switzerland. Mahima is a self-mastery and leadership mentor, best-selling author and an award-winning speaker, the CEO and founder of the Mahima Mindset. Also, she's a busy lady. Welcome Mahima to the series.
Such a joy to be here. Thank you so much for having me. What a pleasure, Ali. Thanks for this.
Oh, no, it's
lovely to meet everyone. Thank you for listening and tuning in. I'm excited to be here with you guys today.
Yeah, me too. This is great. So first of all, Mahima, before we jump into the amazing work that you're doing, tell us a little bit about your journey and what brought you to doing what you're doing today.
Not moving, Ali. Yeah, did you have that too?
Okay, yeah, it froze a little bit. Okay, I'll ask the question again. I beg your pardon. Apologies to everyone. Mahima, tell us a little bit about your journey to why it is that you do the amazing work that you do now. Can you share that with us?
Absolutely. I was with finding myself married, divorced, frustrated. I hadn't learned how to have fun and be joyful. I honestly was just focused on lack and what doesn't work in my life and what's not good in my life. And I hadn't been taught any personal growth tools that worked for me so that I felt focused, confident, excited about life, and clear about who I am, what my gifts were, what my talents were. I was the opposite. Even though I was super talented, I had in that sense, my whole life ahead of me with 22 years old, but I was just frozen and lost and confused. And then I found myself traveling to India. I had not been seeking anything. I was one of those people that namaste didn't mean anything to me. I'd never read a spiritual book in my life, except for when we went to church, because I was brought up as a Roman Catholic. I'd never meditated. I'd never got into this world of personal growth and self-development at all. So in my first ever meditation, I find myself sitting there in this ashram, surrounded with literally thousands of people in this ashram, with white robes, and they're all chanting the name of this teacher and dancing and celebrating. And there's people from all over the world. It was like a very mixed crowd. And some people may know the Osho ashram in Pune. That's where my journey started. And I sat there fully skeptical, looking around thinking, what is this? What's going on here? I'll never be seen chanting anyone's name. I'm definitely not going to dance to this crazy music, because it was like sitars and very cool sound, but I never knew what that sound was, so I couldn't relate to the music. And so I just really sat there thinking, what am I doing here? And this guy had recommended me to go there because he saw the state that I was in and said, look, you should take a time out, go to India, meditate, and find yourself. And I didn't really know what he meant when he was saying all that to me. I just knew that I did feel like a time out of life and exploring whatever he meant by self. Yeah, why not? Why not? I had nothing to lose. So I decided to go ahead, take his advice, and jumped on a plane to India. So in that meditation, a door opened, that first meditation, and I started to feel things that I felt unconsciously in the past, like when you're having a really beautiful moment in your life, when it's your birthday or something beautiful is happening and you feel free and happy and great. And that feeling was there inside of me and started to just grow and grow. Feeling lost and confused to feeling peaceful and centered and grounded. And I was like, wow, what's just happened to me? what's going on? Whatever it is, I love it and I want more. And from that moment on, I started meditating for many hours a day. I would sit for 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening. I did meditations in the ashram as well. And I just really felt like I found myself. I found something I loved. I found something that I was good at. And I just wanted to involve myself with it more and more and more. So that's where my journey started, and that's almost 27 odd years ago. 47, sorry, 27. I keep forgetting how old I am. After 45, you stop counting.
True, I can that's great. And wow, so that's great, Mahima. Thank you for sharing your journey. So tell us a little bit more about your family and where you've come from and why it is that Switzerland is so dear to you now.
Switzerland came into my life in a very odd way because my father, who left our family when I was 5 years old, my sister was just a year older than me, and the last time we heard from him, he was in Switzerland, and I was about 11 years old. We got this letter from him in Switzerland. He was a musician, so I guess he was traveling around making music. And then my sister and I got that letter. We wrote back, but never heard anything from him. So that was the first time Switzerland sort of popped into my life. The second time it came back into my life was when I was 18 and met a Swiss guy, fell in love, started being together with him. We ended up coming back to Switzerland. We ended up getting married, living in Switzerland for about 8 months until he got relocated back to Zimbabwe. We went back to Zimbabwe, and fast forward another like 10 or even 15 years. And I hadn't actually lived in Switzerland, even though I had the Swiss citizenship. I was like a global citizen, and I was traveling all over the world, teaching and enjoying and finding myself and so forth. And when my sister actually came to visit me when I was on a tour traveling, she met a Swiss guy, fell in love with him. They're still together today. They live at the Thunesee, as they said, in Thun, in the Bern canton. And she started living in Switzerland. When my mom passed away, my sister was the closest relative to me, so I came to Switzerland. So we live in Switzerland, and Switzerland is a fantastic place to be. It's odd how it has popped up in our lives in such a bizarre way. But our business is here. My closest family, which is my sister, is here, and my husband, who's German, also loves to be in Switzerland, and his parents happen to live in Switzerland as well, so it's just an obvious choice for us to come and be in Switzerland. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's lovely. That's fantastic. Well, great story. So, so tell us a little bit more then about so your transition from your journey to creating the business that you have, and doing all the amazing work that you're doing now. Tell us about the catalyst for that and how that kind of that transition happened.
Okay, so after I'd been in the Osho ashram for about 6 months, I figured a live guru, somebody who was in his physical body, because I wanted to learn more about all this stuff that I was learning about consciousness, about awareness, about who am I, answering the question, who am I, understanding the depth of beingness. So I found this teacher, and when I first met him, after a couple of months, he said to me, you should give satsang. Satsang was these kind of meetings that he would hold. It was called satsang. And he suggested that to me, but it this awareness in the world. So it took me a while, some few years, to catch up with that, seed that he planted in my heart. And I started to just pursue more of what I love. The first thing that became clear to me after what I call my awakening is that I wanted to be free. I wanted to live a free life doing what I love, traveling, just not having constraints like the normal society tells you only this type of life is possible. So the first thing I decided is I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And so I started opening up little businesses. One of the first things I remember doing with a friend of mine was creating a yoga and meditation clothing range. And we would design stuff and we'd go shopping, get the stuff made and sent it to Canada. And that was our first like entrepreneurial trip that we were on. and we ended up being able to sell some of these clothes, but we didn't make any money, but we didn't lose any money. We kind of even Stevens the whole thing. And that was like my first journey into an entrepreneurial path. Once I tasted that, I was like, I just want to continue. I'm an entrepreneur. So I just continued learning, doing things that I love. I'm an artist. I made music. I explored working together with people already since I was 26. I started teaching. And so it's been just developing over many years. I'm 47 today. And it's just developed over many years that I became super clear at one point when my teacher died that teaching and spreading this amazing news into the world and just showing people that there's so much more inside of you than you've previously been taught. That became so important to me. And I've dedicated my adult life to teaching and learning and growing.
That's awesome. That's really wonderful. So really, that's a great story. And I love that you just you've gone with what's felt right, and that you just want to do what you want to do. It is that feeling, isn't it? I mean, to do a job that you love doing and being around the people that inspire you, it's the dream job, really. It's you really listen to your calling, really listen to your calling. And so for how long have you been now, because you have, so tell us about the Mahima mindset and all of the great work that you do, and especially I'm interested to know more about the retreats as well. It sounds great.
Okay, so the Mahima mindset is it's a philosophy on understanding yourself in the deepest way that you can investigate yourself. The first thing we have a 7-step formula. We've created a training called the Own Your Superstar training. And in this training, it is 7 steps that we explore. The first step is self-love. Without that as a foundation, you basically will have a lot of trouble in your life. If you're not able to embrace every part of who you are, the good, the beautiful, the intelligent, the wonderful, the insecure, the lack of confidence, the doubting, like able to just take yourself in your own arms, be in your own company and feel, I love being with you. But there is a soul, a spirit inside of me that's whole and not broken. And that was what changed for me. When I met these teachers, I was only focused on my ego mind. Like going to church every Sunday, I hadn't felt or connected to what I call spirit, source, soul in that way that I connected to it. So meditation is definitely the catalyst and the instrument that we use to help people explore deeper levels of self-love and self-awareness. Then we move to genius alignment, meaning figure out what everybody in this world has a gift. Whether you're good at dancing, music, listening to people, coaching, mentoring, learning with your mind, PhDs, doctors, masters, figure out what you love. and give yourself permission to start getting at what you're good at. Most of the society is teaching us to look at doing things that aren't truly our real gifts. Because the question is, how do you make money from that? How are you going to survive from that? How are you going to live from that, right? So you follow a path, which is a practical path, but it disconnects you from the feeling of your real genius or calling, right? So we help people to figure out what is it that you're truly passionate about and you just love and that you're good at. Once we figure that out, we can move to creating a mission. What do you want to do in the world with this talent? So you've got this great talent. How do you want to direct that talent in the world? What's your mission? What's the thing that's going to not be about you, right? Because when we're serving, that's when we're alive, and that's when we truly feel connected and happy. When we're helping somebody, or in some way helping the planet, helping animals, helping humans, that's when we feel good about ourselves, right? So we help people create a mission around that. And then we talk about fear is the fourth step, transcending fear, because the first thing that comes up when you discover who you are, what your true gift is, what your real mission is if you're not already aligned with it, it can be very scary, right? Like, how do I start moving into this direction? So we start to help people to understand fear, work with it, become friends with it, and to evolve so that fear doesn't stop them from being able to make those changes to align themselves with their genius and the mission. Is this all making sense so far?
Yeah, totally making sense. Totally.
Okay, awesome. And then we talk about upgrading your relationships. That's the fifth element in the Own Your Superstar training, because who you surround yourself with is going to make a huge impact on what you think you're capable of achieving and doing in your life, right? So it's very important to start creating relationships with people that are either at the same level as you or further. So we call it upgrading your relationships. Also learning communication skills and learning to understand more about where people are in their growth process so that you can create deeper bonds and connections with people by having more empathy and compassion with them. So we have that, that's the fifth element. Then we go, the sixth step is, so let me see, we've got the, what is that sixth element? It is, I'm going blank right now for some reason, but it's coming to me right now. It is creating a powerful vision, okay? So being able to think outside of what the society told you was possible. Like for me, when I started that journey onto, creating this life that I'm living today, I had to throw away everything that people believed was possible for me. If I listened to my teachers or even my family, I would never, ever have the business I have, the lifestyle I have, the things I've accomplished, right? So I had to create a bigger vision for myself. And you need to be able to think about that vision or else you can't create it, right? And then the last step, the seventh thing, is abundance, to embody abundance, right? And to understand that it's okay to be abundant on every single level, financial, spiritual, and to understand how abundance works. So those are the 7 steps in our, let's say, Mahima Mindset Own Your Superstar training. And we just take people through those steps and just help them reconnect to a more powerful version of themselves.
Okay, wow, sounds really fascinating. And is that done, so how is that presented? Is it done on campus, so to speak, with you, or virtually over a certain amount of weeks or months, or how does that work?
So it is we have different touch points. For example, the first time people meet us is at a free event, actually, a 2-hour free event. And then from there, if they like what they're feeling, if they like what they're experiencing, we invite them to a 3-day event, which takes place right now in Stockholm and also here in Zurich, and we'll be opening up also maybe something in Germany next year. And this 3-day event is time for you to deep dive some of the 7-step formula with us and decide if it feels like a match from both sides to continue working together. And there we will invite people to a 12-month mentorship journey. And in this 12-month mentorship, you have, it depends on what you want to, how much contact you need, what you need in the process. Some people, they need hand holding, they need to have one-on-one sessions in there. Some people just want to have the group experiences. We have online forums, we have a community. So you have all the touch points that you need to be able to experience the let's say, the deeper levels of the transformation. So we do online stuff in groups, we do online stuff one-on-one, we do live group trainings over weekends, like we have a weekend training, something's coming up just now, where it's from Saturday and Sunday, like the whole day, with a group of amazing people and trainers, and we do that as well. So there's really all the different touch points. If people don't like online, then they have the live sessions, but we advise everyone to just dive into everything that we offer, like get into the online stuff, because you don't always have the time for the live face-to-face. And you know, it's about connections and relationships, and it's really about the people you're going to meet on this journey. You're going to meet yourself in a way that you've never experienced yourself before. And then you're going to start to make incredible friends with other people that are looking to up-level the game that they're playing. And let's say, leave behind that version of themselves that feels disempowered, insecure, lacking confidence, confused about the direction you're going. And we've all been there. But you know, the shift that happened for me was being able to take help, take guidance, not feel like I needed to solve this on my own. And I continue to take support. I continue to be coached and mentored. And I love having people in my life that force me to examine myself, re-examine again. Is that true? Because you draw these lines, you draw these limitations. Oh, that's not possible. Or I can't reach that. And just to have people that keep showing you, that's not true. It's just not true. It's a thought in your head. It's an idea that has been planted from, you know, very far back in the past. We've all got this stuff that we've conditioned in from a child, right? So just to keep asking for help, receiving it, and getting to the next level. I think that's really the magical key in this personal growth world, is to not try to do it on your own. Get the help you need. Get someone to help you.
Totally, 100%. I 100% agree. And it sounds okay, Mahima. So that's really interesting. So in terms of the retreats, is that part and parcel of everything that you've described? I mean, it's great. It sounds like there's something for everyone. I'm curious to know about the retreats.
Yes, the retreat is also part of, like, we have different, let's call it packages that people can get. So one of them includes a 10-day retreat, which is, we're going to Sri Lanka. We will have 10 days of detox, eating a healthy Ayurvedic diet, also having an Ayurvedic doctor who is going to examine you and put you through a 10-day program so you can reboot, reset, and restock your physical body with this special food and, you know, the exercises. Will there be yoga every day? I'll be teaching, mentoring, and guiding every single day. We'll do meditations. It will be a silent retreat, so everyone will be quiet and just have time for themselves. So it's not a party. It's not, hey, let's, you know, get together and dance all night and drink wine. There's going to be none of that. It's really just working on stillness, self-examination, asking powerful questions, and just really coming into a deep, deep state of gratitude, joy, and focus. And that's what we hope that everyone is going to accomplish out of these 10 days, and feeling energetic and just ready for the beauty of life, to really feel it, experience it, without the distraction of that little voice in the head that's constantly trying to tell us that we should be thinking about the future, or, you know, be scared about what's going to happen, or scared about what has happened, and just holding the present now, which is the most powerful place you can live, is allowing yourself to just fully be present. The rest may or may not happen. The future may or may not come. So that was the big shift for me, and what I loved of what my teachers were teaching me. They were really teaching me presence, how to be present with myself, accept my life as I am, and try to get my vibration, like my energetic vibration, as high as possible, so that, you know, that, let's say the negative aspects of life don't overwhelm you. In fact, if I think about it, I would say when I started meditating, my focus on negativity was like this. I mean, like, it's out of the screen. Yeah, that's how much I was focused on negativity. And my focus on positivity was like this. It was like a little bit of positivity in my life. And with these teachings, with these learnings, I learned to turn that around so that I felt like this is the positive focus in my life. And yes, there is some negative stuff going on there. A lot of us are living in that reality. Mm-hmm. We have everything we need to celebrate this moment. We have our health, we have food, we have so many good things that lots of people on this planet do not have. And if we could just focus on that abundance and really focus on what is right in our lives, what's right in us, we can start to expand that feeling of goodness and reduce that feeling of negativity. And from that place, we can start leading others, because that's what we really are. We're a leadership training academy. So we want to teach other people how to vibrate on the highest possible vibration and think of yourself and the world in a way that brings more positivity into this world, and therefore be able to guide other people into the same process.
Wow, it's so beautifully put. And yeah, it is. And about being around those people that give you that energy back, isn't it? Just to bounce off that and to be present. And it's really important, really powerful. And to go on one of these retreats just sounds, I'm 100% in, I'm there. So
thank you.
Amazing. So Mahima, tell us about your gift, your offer for the audience today.
Oh, I'm so excited to be able to offer this to everybody. So I'll be talking about the Own Your Superstar 7 steps that I just spoke about. And when people start this journey, we actually give them what we call a quest. It is a 28-day journey where you will get every day for the first 21 days, you get a 15-minute meditation. And then it's a 28-day journey. And for the last 7 days, you get a 20-minute journey. So you kind of keep increasing your ability to stay with yourself and reflect on yourself and be with silence and explore. And it also has some little challenges for you to do that will actually be able to take that experience you've had in the 15-minute meditation, contemplation, and put it more into your life. So it gives you little things that you have to do, like perhaps calling up somebody that you haven't really appreciated for a long time. Somebody that you truly love but haven't let them know, and just saying, I really care about you. I'm so happy you're in my life. And thank you so much for your support and all the kindness you give to me. Sometimes just expressing that can make a person's day and also move you into a new way of expressing yourself. So there's little challenges that you're given as well in the quest. So it's a 28-day quest. You move step by step slowly into more, let's say, challenging little invitations to do stuff. And the whole thing takes, like I said, between 15 and 20 minutes. And people who have done this absolutely love it, because it goes fast that they start to shift their focus away from the feeling of lack, the feeling of being lost, of having no energy, having no power. And this just puts them back into the driver's seat of their confidence, of feeling energetic and light. So that's what I'm excited to share with everyone. It's called the Own Your Superstar Quest. And we're making a special offer for everybody it's just $29. And it will be for this 28-day journey, which so far everyone who has done it was not the same as when they started it. The secret is to complete the journey. And we make it fun. It's in this special way that you can't get to the next level until you've done everything on this level. So it's like a game. It's a bit like a game. And I think people are going to love it and have a lot of fun with it. It's very powerful transformation stuff.
Wow, thank you so much. That sounds amazing, really. That's such an incredible gift. Thank you for the audience. We'll make sure that they have all of that and access to you and all of your inspiration. And do you put regular updates on the blogs and things like that, and letting people know when you've got new things going on and when you're speaking, things like that?
Absolutely. People can keep in touch with us by getting to the mahimamindset.com. And also, if you make friends with me on Facebook, Mahima Klinger, on Facebook, if you want to look for me. And we also have the Mahima Mindset page where we post stuff and keep people updated. And this particular offer is at the Own Your Superstar. It's actually www.ownyoursuperstarquest.com. ownyoursuperstarquest.com. So super easy to access. Yeah. And it's been such a privilege to spend time with everybody on this call. And if anyone out there is struggling right now with just feeling like, you know, how can I just get to a slightly better place? I guess you were probably going to ask me that question, right?
Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say take a moment to stop. Don't try to solve things when you're emotionally not feeling centered and grounded. Do something loving and gentle for yourself. Yeah, just request yourself to stop. Take a couple of deep breaths. Figure out what is it that you love to do, something that's good for you. Is it just walking in nature, bare feet on the grass? Is it having a hot bath and just, you know, taking a moment to be with yourself? Give yourself permission to be loving, kind, and respectful to yourself. Start with something, deep breathing, something you love, and then do a meditation. Find somebody who inspires you and just take those 5-10 minutes to start a meditation practice. You know, it doesn't take a lot to start to see a difference. I'll give you another small exercise you can do. When you wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning, before you even get out of bed, just put your right hand here on your chest and your left hand over your belly, like this. And so that you're in this position, you're lying in bed, you haven't got out of bed yet, and just take 1 minute to say thank you for the things in your life that you have. So whether it's, I'm so grateful to have the bed that I'm sleeping in. I'm so grateful for the shower I'm about to have, a hot water shower. I'm so grateful for the breakfast I'm going to eat. And I'm so grateful to be able to go out and earn money for myself. I'm so grateful for the people in my life. Take 1 minute to just say thank you for the things that you do have in your life. I'm grateful for my health. Do that in the morning and do it in the evening just before you go to bed. It's 1 minute in the morning, 1 minute in the evening. It will change your life. Because what I've seen is we all have the knowledge. It's implementing little things that change little behavior patterns, like this one exercise I've just given you, that's going to create the real transformation and momentum in your life. We've got to do things differently. And just taking that 1 minute before you go to sleep and end your day with it, it's going to make you feel so much more different. After just a couple of days of doing that, you're going to notice that that's where your focus is. You're going to be looking at, oh, I'm so grateful for this, I'm so grateful for that. And as we know with gratitude, the more you feel it, the more you get to be grateful for. More you attract more things to be grateful for. So it's a really powerful energy to work with.
Thank you. I mean, here, it's so true. To that starting with feeling grateful for what we have. That's one of the biggest things I've learned. And there isn't a day that goes by that I'm not grateful for everything that I have, because it's to really start living from that place is really powerful, I think. So thank you for sharing that. That's a beautiful exercise. I love that. I'm going to do that. I love that, and
Thank you.
encourage everyone to do it too. Thank you. So
It's
thank
been
you.
such a
Yeah, really.
you.
Yeah, you've been absolutely lovely, and thank you for all you've shared and your amazing gift. And it's been such a pleasure to have you. It's people don't know, but it took me a while with everything that was going on and scheduling. Finally, I got hold of Mahima. We've been trying for a few weeks, and finally she came through. So thank you. It was obviously meant to be. And have a wonderful evening. And thank you for everything. We'll make sure everybody's got everything that they can reach out to you, and we'll make sure that link is on the page. All right.
Okay, and thank everyone for this opportunity to share. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being who you are. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Ali. Thank you for having me on the show today.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. And thank you everyone for sharing this series with us. I'll be in touch with you tomorrow. Have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.